Hello, my name is Ryan Horton, and I'd like to talk to you today about the importance of communication by highlighting an event that happened to me in my past. One thing you might notice about me is that I'm very tall. I've played a lot of basketball, and one thing I've come to realize is that communication is very important in basketball, whether you're in or out of a game. Perhaps the most important function of communication is how it builds team chemistry. Whether whether you have an active or passive role in the season or on the team, you're contributing to the team chemistry through your verbal and nonverbal communication. And if you have a good team chemistry, then you're probably going to have a good season, whether or not you win very many games. About 2 years ago, I was on a team with a very bad team chemistry, because of which we didn't end the season as in a good place. But if we were communicating throughout the year effectively, then we probably could have ended it in a much better place, winning more games and having a longer season. We had a problem communicating with a transfer student who was very active in the program. Our problems in communication started with our initial perception of the player. There were a few internal and external biases at play when we were first introduced. We had a personality bias that favored the transfer student because we were all basketball players. We had that in common, and we could relate to one another on that level. However, there was a group bias that didn't favor the transfer student. Because we were already an established group, we had different ways in which we operated that he didn't know, and we were a bit wary of including a new player or a new member in our group. And that, again, didn't work out in his favor. But perception changes over time, and our perception of him changed as the season went on. As the season went on, he proved himself a valuable member of the team and a very active member of the team. However, our communication problem still existed because the coach had difficulties explaining and giving the messages of what the team expectations were to that player throughout the season. The channel in which he chose to deliver that message was usually through yelling and negative reinforcement. The problems of delivering a message like that was the context in which he was delivering that message and the psychological noise that distorted the message that the player was to receive. Because the player was doing great things, but not doing them the way that the coach wanted, it was a really complicated situation in which to give that message. And because the player knew he was great, he had a bias that worked in his favor and against the coach, because of which he wasn't very receptive to the coach's one-on-one communication and the group messaging that insisted that we meet the expectations. Because of all the noise and the bad context, the messages didn't get across the way they probably should have. Our solution that we found as a team was to decode the messages that the coach was sending to the player and sort of deliver to him in a way that worked around the context and the noise. The way we did that was, whenever coach would yell at the player, we would step in afterward and kind of explain what the coach meant by what he was saying, and sort of offer a little bit more rationale behind what the coach was saying, because there was obviously a miscommunication. By stepping